Hi, I'm Jack Koenig with Graco, and these are the G3 Max Gen 2 automatic lubrication pumps. In this video, I'm covering alarm code A15, pressure not vented. In a single-line parallel system, the injectors require system pressure to trigger lubrication dispensing, and that pressure must be vented between lubrication events to allow for the injectors to reset for the next lubrication event. This venting of pressure is done by a vent valve. The vent valve on a G3 is an electrical solenoid that allows lubricant from the main line to return to the reservoir, which reduces the pressure in the main line, allowing the injectors to reset. If the vent valve is not operating correctly, the injectors are unable to reset between lubrication events and stop functioning. When the G3 Max pump is programmed to end lubrication on pressure, it also checks for a pressure signal before it begins a lubrication event. At that time, if the pressure sensor in the system indicates that there is still significant pressure in the main line, the G3 Max goes into alarm mode and displays the code A15 with the words pressure not vented. There are multiple possible causes of this alarm, and this video will attempt to cover the most common ones as briefly as possible. Inspect the vent valve and the electrical connector for damage and replace as needed. These vent valves include a built-in pressure relief valve to prevent overpressurizing the system. We seal it with plastic in the factory to prevent tampering. If the plastic has been removed, then you may need to check the setting of the relief valve. Refer to Manual 3A1963 for instructions. Verify that the cable from the pump base to the vent valve is intact and connected at both ends. Replace the cable as needed. Make sure that enough power is being delivered to the vent valve and that there are no short circuits. Test the electrical solenoid by holding a piece of ferrous metal near the solenoid during pump operation. The solenoid is an electromagnet, so it should attract ferrous metal during operation. If it does not attract the ferrous metal, it is not functioning properly. Use a voltmeter or multimeter to check the voltage on the power cable while the pump is running. Connect the prongs of the meter to the DT connector and then press manual run on the pump, which is the right arrow or enter key. The normal state of a solenoid is how it behaves when it is not energized. The original G3 Max used normally closed vent valves, but the Gen 2 uses normally open vent valves. Verify that the part number on the vent valve is the number for a normally open vent valve. If it is for a normally closed vent valve, it needs to be replaced. If you are using a vent valve with a part number starting with 571 on a Gen 2 pump, then you probably have the wrong vent valve and it will need to be replaced with the correct one. Here are the part numbers for normally open vent valves used by the G3 Max Gen 2 pumps. I hope this video has been informative and helpful. Please contact us with any questions, and thank you for choosing Graco.